All right, everybody, welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into a question that I'm sure all of you have considered at some point in your lives, right? And it's whether or not humans, you know us, actually have free will.
It's a big one.
Yeah. And we're going to be looking at this through a pretty interesting philosophical excerpt that we found. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty interesting. So have you ever thought about like whether or not you're actually the one making your choices? Like really?
All the time. It kind of gets at the heart of who we are, right? Like our justice systems, our sense of morality, even our relationships, they all depend on this idea that we can actually choose what we do.
Yeah. And like, what if we can't? And that's kind of what this excerpt's hinting at. It mentions like this illusion of free will, this idea.
Yeah.
What is that all about? What is the illusion of free will?
I think it's kind of like those optical illusions, but like for your brain. Like we feel like we're the ones at the wheel making all the decisions, but maybe, just maybe, that feeling is just like our brains tricking us. Like there's all this stuff going on under the hood that we have no idea about.
You're saying it's just like a bunch of unconscious processes that are just like firing away, and we just think we're in control? That's a little creepy, right?
Yeah, it's a bit unsettling.
Like my brain's making the choices and I just think I'm doing it?
Yeah. Like, think of it like a line of dominoes. Like each one falls because the one before it knocked it over. Maybe our choices are kind of like that too. Just a bunch of causes and effects, going all the way back.
So then if our choices are like predetermined in a way, are we just like puppets then?
Well, not so fast. There's this idea in philosophy called compatibilism. It's like trying to fit free will. And this idea of, predetermined choices together, like puzzle pieces. And it says, even if our choices are like nudged along by things outside of us, we still have the power to think things through, like weigh our options and then act on them. Like that's where free will comes in.
So even if like everything that's ever happened has led me to make a certain choice, the fact that I can like, look at all the different possibilities and then make like a conscious decision.
Yeah.
That's where the free will is.
Exactly. Like imagine you're choosing what career you want. Sure, like your family, your talents, they kind of point you in certain directions.
Yeah.
But you can still like think about it, look at other options, and then in the end you make a choice that, feels right to you.
It's not just like knee-jerk reactions. We're not just robots.
Right.
We can actually look at the factors and then respond.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so we've got free will, maybe we don't. What does this all mean like on a practical level? Why should anybody care about this?
Well, for one thing, it changes how we think about responsibility. If we can accept that our choices, like they're shaped by things we can't always control, then we can start to be a little bit more understanding of ourselves and others, a little more compassionate.
Yeah, and it also makes you think about like blame and punishment, right?
Yeah.
Because if someone's choices are like, really heavily influenced by things that have happened to them or their environment, is it even fair to like hold them fully responsible?
Totally. That's a huge thing for the justice system. This idea of compatibilism suggests that we have to look at the context of someone's choices, like to realize that their ability to even make a free decision might be limited, by things they can't control.
Man, we've gone from like questioning our choices to like rethinking our entire justice system.
Yeah.
This is a slippery slope.
This is getting heavy. But that's the cool thing about this question. Like it makes us think about all these basic ideas about who we are, and how we fit into the world. Even if we never find a perfect answer to this free will question, I think just thinking about it makes us smarter.
Yeah, it's like a good workout for your brain.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're listening and you're feeling a little overwhelmed, just remember there are no easy answers when it comes to this, right? Like it's okay if you're not sure what to think yet.
Yeah, and maybe the real question we should be asking is, if our choices really are like set in stone, does that actually take away our purpose and meaning? Or does it mean that we can just, go along for the ride, enjoy the journey, knowing that even our tiny choices are part of something bigger?
I love that. That's definitely something to think about. Thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks to all of you for listening to this deep dive. Keep thinking about this stuff. It's worth it. And we'll see you in the next episode.
See ya.
Bye.